Well guys, it looks like we're in a shotgun meta for Vanguard Zombies. This is the Einhorn Revolving shotgun, and this thing completely deletes anything in its path. But with 70 levels to max this thing out and 7 attachments you can use in Zombies, it can be hard to know what the best setup is for this weapon. Don't worry, I've got you covered. This is going to be my weapon guide for the Einhorn Revolving shotgun. We'll go over every attachment you can get on this weapon, what the best covenants I think you should use for this, as well as what the best setup is in my opinion for the Einhorn Revolving shotgun. I'll have timestamps down below for each section, so let's get into it. Now first things first, I want to address the elephant in the room. There is no attachments that will actually give you a straight damage buff to this shotgun. However, you can increase your firepower in the form of range as well as fire rate. So we're going to start there. So starting with all the barrel attachments you can get on the Einhorn Revolving, we have the Sawed Off, the Clouser 610mm light, the Clouser 560mm rapid, and the Clouser 710mm O2B. These are all the attachments you can get in the barrel slot for the Einhorn Revolving. Now with any shotgun, you definitely want to improve the range as much as you can because they're really used for close quarters. However, the fire rate is also important for this shotgun specifically because it is a rapid fire shotgun. So the barrel we're going to be using is the Clouser 560mm rapid. Now this is going to give us a decrease to range and sprint to fire time, but we will get a buff in our fire rate as well as our hip fire accuracy. Next up, moving on to the magazine slot. All the magazines you can get are the 16 gauge 3-round fast mags, birdshot 5-round cylinder, 16 gauge 7-round cylinder, and the 12 gauge 5-round cylinder. These are all the magazines you can get for the Einhorn Revolving. Now I did some testing with what I thought would be better between the birdshot and the 7-round cylinder, and I found that the 7-round cylinder is just straight up better because how much more ammo you get. You get fast reload when you pack a punch this weapon anyways, and you reload multiple shots at one time. So with that being said, the loss in the potential fire rate increase is just so much better with the 16 gauge 7-round cylinder, so that's what we went with. Now this is going to give us a decrease to movement speed as well as aim down sights time. However, we will get a massive increase to reload quickness, magazine ammo capacity, starting ammo, as well as ammo capacity, and this will make a huge difference especially in the end game. Now next up, moving on to the muzzle. All the muzzles you can get for this shotgun, we have the M97 full choke, the G28 compensator, the A5 smooth bore, or the SUHL 16 brake. These are all the muzzles for the Einhorn Revolving. Now when it comes to muzzles, basically it's going to affect your recoil as well as your hip fire. Hip fire accuracy is also very important for shotguns because it's going to keep your pellet spread a lot tighter because this is going to be used not as a slug but as a pellet. So we're going to go with the M97 full choke. Now this is going to give us a straight hip fire accuracy increase, which is definitely important, keeping that pellet spread as consistent as possible. Next up, moving on to the optics, there's tons of options here. We've got 19 different optics you can get. You can get the ZC2 135X lens, the MK8 reflector, the MK3 sun filter, the monocular reflector, G16 2.5X, the NIDAR Model 47, slate reflector, 1913 variable, the M38 slate 2.5X custom, the MK3 Mod 2 sun filter, Saturn 135 lens, ZF4 3.5 rifle scope, 1229 slate 3.25 custom, MK3 reflector, the SVT40 PU scope 3 to 6X, medium iron sights, MK18 sun filter, large iron sights, or the 1229 slate 3.25 custom. Now optics are of course going to be personal preference, but for shotguns, as we're using close range, I feel like you don't really need a scope on it, so I went with the large iron sights. This is also going to give us an increase to aim down sight time, which is going to be beneficial. Now next up, moving on to the stocks that you can get for the Einhorn Revolving, we have the Reisdorf Folding, Removed Stock, VDD Hunter, VDD 33B, or the Clouser S2. These are all the stocks you can get for the Einhorn Revolving. Now your stock is going to affect your movement speed, your ADS walking speeds, spin to fire time, aim down sights, as well as your recoil and hip fire accuracy. And again, remember, we're trying to build our hip fire accuracy as tight as we can to get the best pellet spread. So with that being said, we're going to go with the VDD Hunter. Now this will give us a decrease to recoil, however it is going to give us a buff to ADS walking speed, sprint to fire time, aim down sights time, and of course hip fire accuracy. Alright, next up, moving on to the underbarrels you can get for the Einhorn Revolving, we have the M1930 Strife Angled, Carver foregrip, the Mark 6 Skeletal, GF59 flashlight, SMLE pistol grip, the M1941 hand stop, and the M1915 steady. These are all the underbarrels you can get for the Einhorn Revolving. Now your underbarrel is going to affect your aim down sights time, your sprint to fire time, your recoil, and of course that hip fire accuracy. So we definitely want to make sure we have something to increase our hip fire accuracy. Recoil would also be nice. So with that being said, we're going to go with the Carver foregrip. Now this is going to give us a decrease to aim down sights time. However, we get an increase to vertical and horizontal recoil and a 5.5 increase to hip fire accuracy, so that's what we went with. Alright, next up, moving on to all the rear grips you can get for the Einhorn Revolving. We have the polymer grip, hatched grip, pine tar grip, stippled grip, grooved grip, fabric grip, rubber grip, taped grip, leather grip, or the granular grip. These are all the rear grips you can get for the Einhorn Revolving. Now your grips are going to affect your sprint to fire time, ADS walk speed, aim down sights time, and your recoil and hip fire accuracy. So of course we know we got to go for that hip fire accuracy. So with that being said, we're going to go with the pine tar grip. Now this is going to give us a decrease to aim down sights time. However, we do get an increase in our accuracy back, both vertical and horizontal, and it's going to give us another hip fire accuracy by 5.8%. So that's going to be the final attachment we'll use on the Einhorn Revolving. So to quickly recap all of the attachments we're using on the Einhorn Revolving to make this the best shotgun that it can be. For the muzzle, we have the M97 full choke. The barrel, we have the Clouser 560mm rapid. The optics, we're using the large iron sights. The stock, we're using VDD Hunter. The underbarrel, we're using Carver foregrip. Magazine, we're using the 16 gauge 7-round cylinder. And for the rear grip, we're using the pine tar grip. This is going to make your shotgun the best that it possibly can be for Vanguard Zombies. Now, of course, these are just my recommendations, so if you guys use something different, be sure to let me know in the comment section down below. But next, we'll get into the covenants and what I think the best ones you should definitely go for when using the shotgun. Now, of course, there's going to be new covenants added to the game over time, but at least at the beginning, with the 11 covenants that we do have, the two that you definitely want to keep an eye out for are going to be Death Blow and Ammo Gremlin. Ammo Gremlin, when you get the legendary one, all weapons will refill ammo from stock quickly. This means that as you just play the game, your ammo is going to refill itself automatically. You have 18 shots with this magazine setup when it's pack-a-punch, so the fact that you might not ever have to reload is going to be insane. The other covenant that works really well with this shotgun is going to be Death Blow. Critical kills return 2 bullets to the clip. As you get farther in the rounds, ammo is going to become a lot more scarce because you're going to have to keep buying it. However, with Death Blow, you're going to get that ammo back with headshots. So as long as you're lining up your critical kills, these two covenants are going to be definitely helpful in the long run. But what are your thoughts on the Einhorn Revolving shotgun? Have you used it yet in Vanguard Zombies? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you did find this guide helpful and you did enjoy it, be sure to let me know in the comment section. And even though you might have to pay for Vanguard, likes and subs are free, so do the thing. If you want to check me out on other social medias, I do have TikTok and Instagram. I post cool and funny clips as well as shorter guides, and I do stream live over on twitch.tv/SpeerGaming. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.